Hello and welcome to Home with Sarah Jane. In today's video, I'm going to be talking all about our morning basket. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Sarah and I'm a homeschooling mom to two girls, ages 12 and 15. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by once again. I do really appreciate you. So I know I already shared about our family subjects that I like to incorporate during our morning time or morning basket, but I thought that I'd share a few other resources that I decided to throw in and also kind of talk about how I'm going to be scheduling our morning basket time or scheduling it out, because I used to do kind of like a loop scheduling and I found that that was kind of hard for my brain to handle. I know it's an easy concept to follow to where you just kind of pick up where you left off and just, switch through books throughout the week. But my brain works so much better if I kind of schedule days instead of looping. So that's kind of what I'm going to be talking about today. But this is the morning basket that I have been using for years and years and years. It's just this black fabric basket that I purchased. I think I even got it like secondhand. But it has been the perfect size and it does fit perfectly on one of those like utility rolling carts. So this was just the perfect basket all around for many, many years. But the first thing that I wanted to talk about is actually the things that we're going to be doing Monday through Friday, because we will not do everything Monday through Friday. Again, I'm kind of like scheduling days a little bit differently. But the first thing that we do every single day, Monday through Friday, is World Watch News. Now, we love World Watch News. It's a 10-minute news segment that you watch Monday through Friday. It could be funny. They explain those more difficult things going on in the world very gently, but also, it's very informative at the same time. It's not biased. And I really enjoy World Watch News. So we always start our day with that. And usually when we first come down for the day and we try and start with World Watch News, we're usually eating breakfast at this point. So we're usually starting with breakfast, trying to wake up. I mean, at this point, I would have been awake because I would have been making breakfast, but for the kids are coming down slowly. They're starting their day off with World Watch News. And then we very slowly and easily work our way to our family read aloud. This way we could finish up breakfast, we could finish waking up, and it's nothing like too heavy. You're not starting off with math or something like that, which is fine if that's what works for you. But for us, that's not how we like to start our day. We like to start it off a little bit slowly. So we always go into family read aloud after. Now, our first read aloud for the new school year is actually A Place to Hang the Moon. Now, this one sounds really, really good. It's been on my reading list for a while. I'm actually really looking forward to reading this one. This is a heartwarming story about three siblings evacuated from London to the countryside during World War II who are hoping that a temporary living situation will turn into a forever family. This definitely sounds like something all three of us will enjoy. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And the way that I'm going to try and schedule our read alouds is about one read aloud a month. Now, that is a really good goal for us, and it worked out in the past really successfully. Last year, we struggled with family read aloud. There was just so many new things that were introduced to our homeschool days last year that were different, that I really needed to adjust to, and read aloud usually got pushed aside because it was just a little bit chaotic, last year. But this year, I think I have a good grip on everything, and one book a month, I think, is a realistic goal. And because we read so much in our homeschool, we do a lot of like literature-based programs, a lot of literature-based curriculum and things like that, that one book a month, again, is a really good goal for us. So after we finish this one, I'll just, plop another book in there, and this is something that we do Monday through Friday. Now, the next thing that we do Monday through Friday is actually vocabulary. And I like to do vocabulary in a very gentle way. So I like to use this Word of the Day book. Now, this is a book that we started last year that we were kind of hit and miss on, but we did enjoy it overall. So this book is set up very, very beautifully. I like the simplicity of it. And it has words for each month, and it's just one page with a word on a specific date that gives you examples, how to pronounce it, so pronunciation, all of that. And then at the end of the month, you have your story of the month. And what's nice about this is that your story of the month can be read aloud if you scan the QR code. So you don't even have to take the time to read it if you don't want to. They could just listen to it while you're doing something else. But I really like that it has the story of the month that incorporates the words from the previous month that you had already learned. So I just thought that was like a nice little touch. And I do like the cute illustrations in this book as well. Now, the next book that we will be doing Monday through Friday is actually this history book. It is This Day in History for Kids, 1001 Remarkable Moments and Fascinating Facts. I have been looking for a book like this for a while, and I never found one that I really, really liked, but this one does look like it might meet all those requirements. Be that book that I've been looking for a while. But this book looks like I said, a lot of fun, but it goes over different historical events that happened. And what's nice is that my kids like to hear about historical events that happen like on their birthday or their dad's birthday or a friend's birthday or special dates to us. So this is a lot of fun. And again, it gives you a few different events that happened a lot of the time. So it's usually not just one, it's multiple events over different years. So this one just looks really, really interesting. I think my kids will get a kick out of this one. And again, if we don't finish it all this year, it's not going to be that big a deal. We'll just pick it up again next year. But this one does look like my kids will enjoy it. And they're short too. So a lot of this is short. So now, other than that, the last thing that we will be doing every single day is this Dr. Dorittle's book. I used this one a couple of years ago and my kids really got a kick out of it. They really enjoyed starting the day off with like a fun little riddle. So I only have one of these left. I used to have like 3 or 4 of these, but this is the only one I have left. So eventually we'll run out of riddles because we get through these pretty quickly, but we will be starting each morning off with a riddle as well, just to get us thinking. Now, these are a lot of fun because they are super short. Oh, and this was also by the Critical Thinking Co., which we really like those workbooks and all of that. We like that company. So we've used the Critical Thinking Co. books for a while now. So that's pretty much everything that we're going to be doing daily, Monday through Friday. But now we're going to talk about what we're going to be doing on certain days. So for Mondays, I decided to go with a Monday's Mysteries. So for Monday's Mysteries, we are going to be using Unsolved Mysteries from Gather Round. Now there are 20 different mysteries or lessons in this book. I mean, it goes over things like the lost colony, lost treasures, lost cities, uncracked codes, lost secrets, perplexing places, lost graves. So, I mean, it really goes over a lot in here. And my kids find things like this very interesting. And I think that this is just going to give us something new for this new school year. We haven't really focused too much on mysteries. We did a little bit of Unsolved Mysteries in October one year around Halloween, but we never really focused too much on it. It was just, that one month that we would, look into a few mysteries. But this I plan on using every Monday for 20 Mondays because there's only 20 lessons. And I'm going to use a few other resources to go along with this Unsolved Mysteries book. So this does have a book list that comes with it, but I didn't want to go all out and purchase a ton of books just for this weekly lesson. So what I did was I shopped my shelves and I found a few items that I thought would go great with this Unsolved Mysteries curriculum. So the first one I found is, where is the Bermuda Triangle? There is something mysterious about the Bermuda Triangle, so I thought that I'd, throw this one on in there. It's one of the short reads, so I think my kids will get a kick out of this book. And again, we will just pick this up on Mondays and just kind of read it until we're done. I'm not really going to be scheduling the book out too much to where I feel like I have to read, 3 chapters a day or whatever. I'm just going to kind of keep it loose to go along with our Unsolved Mystery lessons. And again, this is our Monday mystery. So we'll be doing this every Monday. Now, another book that I'm going to be using with our Monday mysteries is The Mysteries of the Universe. And this is a DK book. Now, This is a newer book to us. I just purchased it not too long ago, and it looks really, really interesting. You know, just going over a whole bunch of different mysteries of the universe. It's beautiful. It has beautiful pictures. I like that it's a short amount or a little bit of information with really great pictures as well. So it really goes over a ton. And Lydia really enjoys these like DK books like this, these reference books almost. She gets a kick out of them. And Bella, my soon-to-be 10th grader, this Mystery Monday turned into a family subject because she was so interested in the gather round lessons. She actually said that she wanted to be included. So that's why Mystery Mondays kind of happened, is because she wanted to learn about these mysteries as well, because it was something I was just going to do with my 7th grader, but Bella was really interested in it as well, so it kind of became a family subject. Now, the last book that I'm going to be using for Mystery Mondays is An Atlas of Lost Kingdoms, Discover Mythical Lands, Lost Cities, and Vanished Islands. Again, this is another newer book to us. We've never really read through it, but it looks really, really interesting. I found this one on BookOutlet, and it is a really beautiful book as well that goes over so many different things. So you have like Atlantis, Camelot, what is this? The City of Troy, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. I mean, there is just a ton of information in this book. And again, it's not overwhelming. It's like bite-sized pieces of information. I could probably read like one of these little sections and be good for the day. So this just looks like a lot of fun. And again, a really beautifully illustrated book as well. So that is what our Mondays are going to look like. So we're going to have Mystery Mondays. So now when it comes to Tuesdays, we're going to have Teatime Tuesdays. I've been wanting to fit in a tea time weekly for a while. We would do tea times like monthly for a couple of years, and that worked out really well. But I found Tea Time Together, and this is like a little weekly Tea Time Together guide that covers art, music, and poetry. I do have a full video on this. If you're interested, I will link it down below. And there's also a coupon code in the description box if you are interested in trying them out as well. But Tea Time Together looks beautiful, and we have tried a couple of weeks just recently, and we've really enjoyed them. So this is definitely something that I know is going to fit really well in our morning time. And again, this is what we're going to be doing on Tuesdays. So for this one, you have a weekly guide, and it goes over a certain artist, poet, and composer each month. So you're not doing anything overwhelming. You get to read a little bit about a piece of art. There are cue cards. There are QR codes that you can scan for more information. You go over a certain, poet and poetry each week. And then there's music, where there's, again, another QR code that you can listen to that piece of music. And then there's a convivial corner that just has like quirky holidays, things to celebrate in that month, just fun little topics in that convivial corner. So there's facts about the month. There's, quirky holidays you can celebrate. There's funny rhymes. I mean, just a ton of things that you could be going over in whatever month or whichever tea time guide that you get. But this is just something that you pull out weekly, and you just learn a little bit about a certain artist, composer, or poet. So again, I think it's really well thought out. It's very quick and straight to the point, so it doesn't add a lot to your days. And then they do also have recipes that you can make as well. And they have easy recipes, or they have more advanced recipes, and you can actually serve these recipes during your tea time, which makes it fun. So for me, I decided to put their recipes for each month into a menu, just so it's like they're ordering or something. It was just something silly and fun for my kids, and I already had the menu on hand. So this is what we're going to be doing on Tuesdays, is Tea Time Together. Now, if I do not have a ton of time to get my kids in the kitchen on a Tuesday, what we'll end up doing is probably just having doing tea time with breakfast, or just having like a special breakfast this day to kind of just make it a little bit more special. But I know that I will not be able to just get in the kitchen every single week and make a new recipe. I have to be realistic, and that's not always the way things work in homeschool. Things come up, and sometimes, you just can't get to everything that you want to get to. But we will be doing our tea time together on Tuesdays. Now for Wednesday and Thursday, I'm not incorporating anything other than those regular daily things like our read aloud, our vocabulary book, and our history, events book. those are what I'm going to focus on for Wednesday and Thursday. And then the last thing that we're going to be doing in morning time is going to be for Fridays. So every Friday we are going to be focusing on fallacies. Now, my original goal was to work out of The Art of Argument, an introduction to the informal fallacies. Now, this book looks really interesting. We've never used anything like this before in our homeschool. And so this is what I planned on pulling out on Fridays and just focusing on one fallacy a week. Now, when I went to the used bookstore, which is pretty much a second home to me, when I went to the used bookstore, I found a book called The Fallacy Detective, and this was something that I had looked into a while ago and just never incorporated it. Well, I found it for only $1. And when I look through this one, it looks like it might be a little bit better fit than The Art of Argument for my kids. This is a much gentler and straight to the point approach, I feel, than The Art of Argument. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a lesson from The Art of Argument, and then I'm going to do a lesson from The Fallacy Detective, and I'm just going to try and see which one my kids prefer. And then that's the one that we're going to go with going forward. Now, The Art of Argument has, I think it was 28 fallacies that it goes over. So that can last us almost the entire year. So there's nothing wrong with the layout or anything like that when it comes to The Art of Argument. And we could just focus on one fallacy a week. And then The Fallacy Detective has 38 lessons on how to recognize bad reasoning. So with this one, I feel like it might be, I kind of feel like this one's going to be the one my kids pick, you guys. So I'm already making changes. But this one, it's just, a short reading with some exercises in it. And it just seems a little bit more fun, in my opinion, just from glancing at it. But again, we haven't used either one of these yet. So we will see how that works out. But I will either use The Art of Argument or The Fallacy Detective for our Fallacy Fridays. So that is it for today. That is what our morning basket is going to look like pretty much for the entire school year. The only time you're going to be seeing our morning basket change is when it is a new holiday or, something seasonal comes up. You will see me incorporate things on elections because it is an election year. Any holidays that are coming up, we usually do holiday studies, and all of those extras like holiday studies, seasonal things, those usually get incorporated into our morning time. So our morning time overall never takes more than an hour. And that's because my kids are older and their workloads are so much heavier. But morning time is really important to me. I really like to learn as a family, and I still want to make sure that my kids get to do their holiday studies and they get to focus on certain things that they want to learn about that maybe isn't in their regular everyday curriculum. And morning time or morning basket is the perfect opportunity to throw in those extras that are important to you or that are important to your kids. So that is it for today. Again, our morning basket will only change around this, the seasons or the holidays where I incorporate certain things that are going on at that time into this basket. But just let me know. Is there something that you're really looking forward to that you're going to be incorporating into your morning time or your, daily basket? But that is it for today. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. And as always, thank you so much for stopping by. You have a great day. Bye.